Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna. Okay. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna. There we go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good morning, everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hey Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Oh, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Anabolic beat.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare 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 Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Now I see why Radha and Krishna get tired of their love play sometimes. Now I understand. Intermission. It's amazing the chanting, and I learned so much, and every time I chant, it's like a new lesson, new teaching, how to serve Radha and Krishna. I think I'm going to study this process forever. A lot to learn. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare, dearly beloveds. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Gauranga Nityananda Jesus Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Gauranga Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. Oops. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thanks for using.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Lalita Madhava, Scene 1. Lalita Madhava, this is by Rupa Goswami. Purnamasi says, she repeats text 23 of the introduction. As we drink the nectar of the overflowing, as we drink the nectar, overflowing celestial Ganges of Radha's moon-like smile, as we drink the overflowing celestial Ganges of Radha's moon-like smile, touching the wave-filled Yamuna, touching the wave-filled Yamuna, as we drink, mm, as we drink. As we drink the nectar of the overflowing celestial Ganges of Radha's moon-like smile, touching the wave-filled Yamuna of Krishna's sidelong glance. At the Triveni of their rendezvous, a flood of pleasant coolness licks away our sufferings and pleases our hearts. Crossing over the seven worlds, we now stand above them all. Gargi, O noble lady, O noble lady, you yourself arranged Radha's marriage with Abhimanyu. Why would she desire to meet with Krishna? O noble lady, you yourself arranged Radha's marriage with Abhimanyu. Why would she desire to meet with Krishna? Purnamasi, daughter, this marriage is an illusion of Maya. Daughter, this marriage is an illusion of Maya. It's not working for me. Let's take this off. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. All right, enough of that. All right, let's try it without this stuff. Take this down. Okay, daughter, this a marriage. See if you guys are where you guys are at over here. There we go. Hello, everybody. Lee Smith, Janaki. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let's try this now. Let's start again. Gargi says, noble lady, you yourself arranged for Radha's marriage with Abhimanyu. Why would she desire to meet with Krishna? Purnamasi, daughter, this marriage is an illusion of Maya. How could the Vijayanti garland of Sri Radha, which was strung with Brahma's sweet nectar and the Mount Vijaya's austerity flowers, be placed in the hands of an ordinary man? Gargi, what is this sweet nectar, Krishna? What is this sweet nectar? Purnamasi, it is Brahma's words. O Mount Vidya, to fulfill your desire, you will have two daughters that will give you a son-in-law who will defeat Lord Shiva and whose virtues will fill the world with wonder. whose virtues. Isn't that amazing? He does, doesn't he? Uh, he fills the world with wonder. Yeah, on all levels, even in Maya. Yeah, people are fascinated with whatever Maya, Yoga Maya or Maha Maya. It fills the world with wonder. Uh, whose virtues will fill the world with wonder. Uh, See, that's really the blessing of Lord Chaitanya, to give us that ability to experience the wonder of transcendental Krishna. See? That's happiness for devotees, is to always relish that wonder, how wonderful Krishna is. You know, that how nectar filled Radha and Krishna are together, rushing Radha rushing to meet with Krishna. That's what it's all about. Yeah. So why did a Mount Vidya desire a daughter and not a son? Purnamasi. He had become the rival king of Himalaya, who is the father of Gauri, and very proud of the opulence of his son-in-law Shiva. Gargi. He could not tolerate the glory of his own family. In ancient times, he tried to defeat Mount Meru. He could not rise again after he bowed down to offer respects to Augusta Muni. So note, Mount Vidya grew taller and taller until he challenged even his relative Mount Meru. Augusta Muni visited Mount Vidya. The mountain bowed down to offer respects. Augusta asked Mount Vidya to remain in that position until he returned. Augusta never returned, and Vidya could not raise his head again. In this way, Mount Vidya's pride was humbled. Purnamasi, yes, the intelligent are like that. Gargi with fear. Witches that steal children generally eat their victims. This girl is very fortunate to be saved. Uh, Purnamasi, oh my daughter, Kamsa ordered her to kill an extraordinary small boys and kidnap any small girls. Garga, why did the king ask her to do those two things? Purnamasi, he was pushed by the words of Devaki's demigoddess daughter. Gargi, what were those words? She said to Kamsa, Purnamasi, she said to Kamsa, that same person who in your previous birth severed your head with a chakra raised in battle, that same person who sages know as he whose two lotus feet are worshipped by the demigods, that same person who sages know as he whose two lotus feet are worshipped by the demigods, that same person who pleases his loving devotees. By showering them with oceans of nectar of bliss. Isn't that wealth to be showered with oceans of nectar of bliss? Lalita Ganga knows what that's all about. Showered with nectar's ocean. Yeah. I mean, how can you not become a devotee, man? That's the real wealth, man. Be showered with nectars of ocean of bliss. That's really substantial. People look now, how Maya, Krishna really wants to show the Maya. People now, like I'm dealing with this crypto a little bit. And this crypto, it's all just a digital thing on the screen. And people are like, whoa, this is really, it's kind of like gambling. People, instead of using it like currency, it's a gambling thing. They are gambling with it, hedging bets and all this stuff. And it's just some digital, there's no substance to it. This is substantial. This is what we're going to show the world. This is substantial, this bliss, man. You can feel it. This other stuff is just something on a screen, and that's everything now. They want to make your life on the screen in the computer. And it's this bliss, that's the substance, man. That's why the happiness of devotees is 100 times more than what the happiness of people who work, because it's so dull. It's to do with the material body, which is dead. This is life, isn't it? Fantastic life. Chanting the holy name and feeling all this deluge of bliss and ecstasy. Feel Radha and Krishna like living inside your body, man, rushing to meet each other. Oh, whoa. That's real, man. You want to get real. This is real. This is no fairy tale. See, this becomes forgotten. That's why Lord Chaitanya came to revive it, because it becomes forgotten. People lose the ability to experience and relish this substance. It's the only rich reality. See? This will bring back to life people that are crippled by the Maya. These demons, they poison your water. They poison everything. They've been doing this for years. And now they just have chemtrails, everything, poison, poison, poison. But this will bring us back to life. Krishna, he likes to heal these jalapis that he breaks down with his Maya. All because we don't have this knowledge. See, this knowledge is so important. This roadmap into eternity. It's a great story, man. Very relevant for now. You notice? Written 550 years ago. You think it was it's practical too. I love it, man. It's practicality. That same person who in your previous birth severed your... Okay, read that. Okay. All right. She said, today or the day after, 8 sublimely sweet sakis will appear on this earth. 2 sisters who are like great palaces of beautiful transcendental qualities. And that's the body. It's like a temple. It's a house. It's a mansion. Especially when Krishna is living in there, it becomes a wealthy mansion. You ever see mansions in the world? Wealthy people live there, but what do they say? Dead, nothing, just a bunch of buildings created from the earth. But the mansion Krishna lives in and Radha, becomes awesome, very attractive, most attractive. It attracts the intelligent and the foolish. Also, foolish become attractive. Like, that saying in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, blessed are these foolish deer, because they have approached the son of Maharaj Nanda. Blessed are these foolish deer. See? So anyway, that's how you do if you had the choice to approach the deity in the temple, very nice, very wonderful, or a devotee who's a palace of Krishna and Radha. Now, would you go? Living palace, or do you go to the deity where it's kind of like hidden, covered? See, it's uncovered in a devotee. See, Krishna is uncovered in a devotee unless they're hiding. See? When they're engaged in devotional service, see, then you start to see, look who's living in that palace. Look in that house, in that body. Radha and Krishna. This is what we're here to help people understand how to distinguish where Radha and Krishna are living and not see when they misunderstand. We got to open their eyes. See, this way. They have to hear the truth, and truth will set them free. See, they've been believing in illusions. So you believe in illusion, then you're go to the illusion, right? You believe in the truth, you head towards the truth. You ever see those gyroscopes? They take you on course, keep you on course. See, that gyroscope is knowledge, is understanding received by, and that's what you get from those who to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy. They're the guys who got the gyroscope that take you to Vrindavan, man. You get on board, man, and you go to the right place. Otherwise, people's gyroscopes are all messed up, man, messed up by the Maya. I'm taking you all in other directions, everywhere else but Goloka. See, what's the problem? We have Prabhupada's books. They lead you to Goloka. See, 10th canto, right? Summum bonum, right? Leads you right to summum bonum. Many of us are living in that palace of the summum bonum. Relishing Krishna's pastimes. So we're reading these wonderful books. Lalita, relishing all that amazing stories of Krishna. Summum bonum stuff. That's why people are hard to understand. That's why they have the 9 cantos, because most people can't understand what we're into. It's summum bonum. They look, hey man, if they want to skip grades, all they have to do is come here and you'll skip rope. Play skip rope all the grades, man. Come right to summum bonum stuff. That's what we're doing, right in summum bonum here, man. Who are like great palaces of beautiful transcendental qualities will also appear. When he defeats Shiva, Lord Krishna, Lord Krishna, the king of kings, will accept the hand of both the girls in marriage. See, it's like Krishna defeats Shiva. Shiva represents the illusory potency. See, you notice? How does Krishna defeat Shiva or the illusory potency? It's like what the process we're doing. Sadhu Sangha, chanting holy name. See, Krishna isn't, who's doing it? See, Krishna, we're here together and we're using Krishna. Krishna's defeating this, right? He's taking away all our obstacles. Isn't that wonderful? We just surrender more and more to Radha and Krishna. See, they begin to remove all the obstacles to Vrindavan. See, that's why you notice who's killing the demons in Vrindavan. Krishna, right? Krishna kills the demons. See, this knowledge, he's the conclusive truth. He kills the demons. And part of that conclusive truth is Radha, devotion. And a very important part, most important, her name comes first. So Krishna, see, the knowledge, the conclusive truth teaches about Radha, right? Aren't we talking about, this is knowledge, this is Krishna. He's talking about his beloved man, his confidential truth. This is usually liberation for you guys. Hey, take get liberation. Yeah. Be equally disposed to everything. Yeah. Be one with the Brahman. Yeah. But this Radha, devotion. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's all finished since Lord Chaitanya, and now it was, it was still a secret, before we started really preaching. The people didn't know how to preach this properly. You got to be a representative. You got to be in action. You got to show Radha in action. You got to show devotion in action. You got to show people that Radha is living in that house of yours. Otherwise, nobody knows, right? It's a no-show. Go ahead there, Lalita.
Nobody would be receptive as long as they don't have devotion themselves.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they don't understand. That's why people have to see. Oh, you want to come? You want to come and live in this house? We're taking roommates. Vrindavan's like a big palace with a lot of rooms. You know? Yeah. Okay, where is it? Brave. Oh yeah, Brave. Here we go. Purnamasi. When Vidya's chief priest chanted a demon-killing mantra, Putana's heart became struck with fear as she was hastily flying over Vidarbha province, and the first of her victims dropped from her and fell into a river. See, demon killing mantra is the Hare Krishna Maha mantra. Yeah, but it needs to be chanted without offenses. Or you need to chant it in association of devotees who can chant in the ecstatic stage. It makes it very easy. Yeah. Got to get rid of the demons that are in the way. That happens very fast here. It's hard for them to stay around in this kind of energy. It's like bacteria trying to live in a sterile place can't do it. See, so that's bacteria here. It just can't stay. See, that's why if you come into this, you get sterilized, but in the good way, not in the way the demons do. Yeah. See, as she was hastily flying over Vidarbha province, you see, I love the way Krishna works here. Like now, in his Maha Maya wants to stop progeny, wants to, the Maha Mayas, they want to depopulate, they want to sterilize people, and they're doing it. The sperm count of people is down, way down. They want to like stop for 3 generations or so. No, no more population. That's the agenda. Um, but there's no problem here with us. See, they don't know. See, the spiritual energy doesn't have jurisdiction, or the material energy doesn't have jurisdiction over what we're doing. See, it's material. It can't see. It's a vibration, a frequency it can't see. See, we're generating population here. This is the spiritual way to do it. We're creating sons and daughters here. You notice? But it's a spiritual thing, and it's not in the jurisdiction of Maha Maya. We're like under the radar in that way. So they can't stop us from creating population. People come here and they're born again. See, this is the way Jesus worked. You come here, you have a spiritual rebirth. That's what it's all about. See, you become a son and daughter. You become a son and daughter of God. See, and you become a son, literally a son. You're the truth in this world for people. People, they're all bumping into walls. They're all blind leading blind, all the way into religion, all the way into these gurus. Unless they're open like this, which I haven't seen really, they're still more or less blind. They need to be born again. They have to have this spiritual awakening. Yeah. Otherwise, that's why you see they're falling in the jurisdiction of the Maya. They're influenced by the lies and the deceit and the deception of the Maha Maya. That's why it's very intense now, and people, if you don't have strong protection of the Lord, you'll just be confused and yeah, one guy just here in Playa in Cancun just committed suicide. Could you imagine if he would have contacted this? If he would have known about this, why would he? See, the thing is, they don't know. They're just absorbed in the body and the way the world is. It's very depressing for most people. That's why they're doing heavy alcohol now. Alcohol sales are up. Drugs, taking Thorazines and whatever else, Valiums and all that stuff. Because bodily, it's not a pleasant place and getting worse. People just living in a delusion now. It's like everything, it's kind of going on, but it's like in the days of Noah. In the days of Noah, everybody was just buying and selling and having a good time and parties and all that stuff. But Noah was out there building the ark. See, and so when you turn that spiritually, because this is a bodily thing. Try to save the body, the land of milk and honey. These are all analogies about spiritual bodies, spiritual births. We're building the ark here. This is the ark. See, because otherwise, that's all being destroyed. So people need to know, spend time doing this, because that's all being destroyed. You think you're going to have a great business and you're going to get well. You're in a delusion, man. You're not seeing. That's why we're here, to remind you of the truth and to point out, look at the world, man. It's changing. They want a new world order. And the first one is, they crack it all up. That's happening. But people, they just get back into the, thinking that it's all the same, or they want it to get back to normal. It's never going to be. It's a very abnormal time, but it's been predicted. So this is building the ark. That's going to get us over this. So people who come here and understand its importance are very fortunate, because you building your ark, you come here regularly. See, and you notice our spiritual bodies are awakening more and more. People can see it. They can look at our journeys, all of us. And we're building that ark, and just getting very solid now, very substantial. And now people can see you as you build the ark, more people can come on board, because when it's not built, where's the ark? Where it has to be solid, it has to be strong, it has to be big enough. See, so, and that's all going on here. Yeah. See, this is all esoteric. Gargi. Oh, yeah. So as she was hastily flying over Vidarbha province, the first of her victims dropped from her and fell into the river's current. See, then when Vidya's chief priest chanted a demon-killing mantra, Putana's heart became struck with fear as she was hastily flying over Vidarbha province. The first of her victims dropped from her and fell into the river's current. See how that works? See, Putana drops because this demon-killing mantra. This is, say, like chanting Hare Krishna. The first of the victims dropped. These are those who are under the influence of these demons. See, they come and they kill the bhakti and everything. Anyway, dropped into the current of the river Yamuna. See, what is that current? That's this flow, man. This is this nectar, man. See, into the current of the river. See, and carried off into the safety. Just like that story with Moses. He was a little baby, and then he was put on by his mother, taken to the palace. See, where he was nurtured. See, and grows up. Same thing with Krishna. He was taken to Vrindavan, where he was nourished by his being in association with his devotees, and he grew up, became very strong. That's why I say this is like New Vrindavan. People are dropped down from the Putanas. Putana is the false guru, represents the false representatives of Vrindavan. There's so many out there. So we're chanting these mantras, and you come into this association. Putana drops you, okay, into this current of nectar. Hey, where do you hear stuff like this? Come on, man. This is unbelievable, man. There's nobody's ever given this. I mean, and I can't do it. This is the Lord. He's showing all these things. You like to live a life, anybody into that, man? This is substantial. You want real intelligence? This is real intelligence he gives. I mean, what the deepest, here we're speaking about the things that nobody could you imagine trying to decipher this stuff on our own? How could we understand any of this? This is Manjari talk. These are the persons who know the deepest secrets and revealing it here, and we're revealing it. Unbelievable, man. People knew what was going on here. This stuff is treasure, man. Oh, Tom. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get Tom up here, man. All right, there he is. Yeah. Yeah. See, when Vidya's chief priest chanted a demon killing mantra, Putana's heart became struck with fear. As she hastily, flying over Vidarbha province, the first of her victims dropped from her and fell into a river's current. Gargi, my father Sandapani Muni is omniscient. Why then has he said that as a result of a benediction granted by Durvasa Muni, Srimati Radhika appeared from King Vishnu Banu's chest? Purnamasi, requested by Brahma, Lord Hari's Yoga Maya potency removed these two infant girls from the wombs of the wives of Chandra Banu and Vishnu Banu and placed them in the womb of Vijay's wife. Isn't that interesting? I like this. And why then is it said as a result of a benediction granted by Durvasa Muni, Srimati Radharani appeared from King Vishnu Banu's chest? See, that's the bhakti, the devotion. See, came from the chest. Isn't that interesting? See, the daughter appeared. Isn't that this is when bhakti is born, as devotion is born, as like appears, it's born in the chest. Yeah. Purnamasi, okay, all right. Gargi with astonishment. Did the two fathers know what happened? Purnamasi, certainly they understood. Why would Durvasa Muni not help them? Okay, that's good for this here now. Let's try this here. Let's go to chapter 3 of Adi Lila. External reasons for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by the potency of the shelter of his lotus feet. Even a fool can collect the valuable jewels of conclusive truth from the minds of the revealed scriptures. By the potency of the shelter of his lotus feet. Okay? That's when you chant maha mantra, man. The shelter of his lotus feet especially when you have this taste. See? And so this taste gives you understanding of the conclusions, the intimate conclusions, the valuable jewels of conclusive truth from the minds of the revealed scriptures. Okay? So this is, see, we're showing this is real wealth, man. The conclusive truth is the wealth. See, the valuable. See, only devotees think, oh, this is valuable. But, the non-devotees who have no devotion or interest, what do they think is valuable? Money, wealth, children, houses. See, that's why it's imperative to us. So even if you're a materialist, even if you're interested in money, to associate with what is really valuable, to come to sadhu sangha, to associate with devotees who are praising what is actually real. See, what is enduring, what lasts forever. To chant with devotees who can chant the Hare Krishna mantra forever. They like that shelter. Isn't it wonderful to have the shelter of Radha and Krishna? Doesn't it really make your life go work nicely? Everything works out nice. You know, I couldn't imagine living without the shelter of Radha and Krishna now. This is so imperative. And so, for people to understand this value, you have to be with devotees. And we'll show you, spend some time here, we'll show you how valuable this is. Show you. We'll show you. Not just recite like a parrot in the books, but actually show you how valuable this is. And recite like a parrot the books with understanding, like the parrots of Vrindavan do. Those parrots, they're not like the parrots of a worldly parrot, just repeating. That's like a lot of these Bible, these Vedic scholars. And then no realization. Superficial, no deep understanding. But the parrots in Vrindavan, they also repeat the Vedas, but with deep understanding and real understanding, revelation. It's a different caliber, isn't it? How else can we attract Lalita and put a smile on her? This lady's so rasic, man. She has to hear something very interesting, otherwise, she'll go. She'll just go and chant her names.
I just love those parrots. Really, they are ecstatic.
Yeah, they got realization there in Vrindavan. Yeah, see, it says Sukadev that's why he calls Sukadev Suka. That's a parrot. He was from Vrindavan. He was Radharani's parrot. And you peck at this Bhagavatam, this knowledge, this Lord in that form, becomes even sweeter, more understanding, more deep, more knowledge comes, more information. This is we're pecking at these things. It's like, and it becomes even more sweet. That's the idea. The parrot pecks the fruit and becomes sweeter. This stuff revealed scriptures is fruit. It's how fruit is in the mode of goodness, right? Well, the fruit of the Bhagavatam is transcendental fruit. It's in the mode of pure goodness. Who has the power to peck at that? A lot of parrots pecking at fruits in this world, and then you got these fruit peckers who try to peck the transcendental fruit and can't get extract any juice. or chanting Hare Krishna in a dry way. Can you imagine? I can imagine chanting in a dry way. I don't know how people do it. That's why we got to show the world, hey man, what are you doing it like that? Problem was you haven't seen people chanting, and extracting the juice from the maha mantra, the substance, but you have to be awakened. See, you got to be around devotees. Sadhu Sangha is the only practical place to be awakened. Because otherwise you're on. This is why these persons, I guess, maybe they just didn't have the power to awaken it, but they teach these hard things. Teach. Oh, well, you want to be awakened. Oh boy, you got to work your butt off, man. You got to, do this process and do bhajan all day long and chant 1 lakh and then do all these austerities. That's the Narayan Raj Sangha. Well, you got to, you want, yeah, but it's Raganuga. Oh, really? Well, I don't know, man. This seems more Raganuga to me. You come here and no, you don't have to do the austerities. The austerity is turn your camera on. Can you do that? They can't even do the real. To me, that's a real. They're doing all this, fasting and chaturmasa and no shaving, and rules and lots of rules, and they're, purebhakti.com. Well, where's the pure bhakti? That stuff, you're supposed to be set free from doing all these things so strictly. But they every year heap on more rules, more regulations. It shows you everything's topsy turvy. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. If you're purebhakti.com, well, where's the pure bhakti? It's just like that crying school. Lalita goes, oh, I'm going to a crying school today. Oh, this is going to be great because she likes to cry, right? So she goes to the crying school. And probably everybody was pretty stoic. She says, well, where are the tears? Oh, we don't do that here. This is what the world,
It's not a
purebhakti.com.
show. It's not a show.
No show. It's a no show. Where's the show? Where's the transcendental show? I mean, I'm not trying to be offensive, just logical, reasonable, somewhat intelligent. Where's the show of bhakti, man? But they got the name down. Hey, we got purebhakti.com, right? Yeah, purebhakti.com. But many years before you're going to get this pure bhakti, right? Oh, yeah, prema. Oh, many lifetimes. Oh, but we're purebhakti.com. And we're good. See, this is the thing. To me, it doesn't make sense. And that's why I have to preach what doesn't make sense. And you present it to you, Vice. Present it to you, Gaudiya Samiti. Does it make sense? You got it, oh, Guru Devs. You got a lot of Guru Devs. Oh, Guru Devs, please deliver me. Oh, you be merciful to me and everything. Then you look on the purebhakti.com thing. They're only teachers. Where's the, and only Narayan Raj is the only one. But you're just teachers and you got your disciples going, oh, deliver me, Gurudev. That doesn't make sense to me. Either you take the title Acharya and people see that you can deliver them and you do some deliveries. You know, it's like you go to say a hospital and you see a doctor and you say, have you ever delivered any babies? Oh, no, no, no. We just play doctor. No, we don't have that. We can't deliver babies, but we just play and everybody, the woman comes in, and to birth something, but we can't really do it. We're not really doctors. The same thing. Deliver the baby. Where's the birth of Vishnu Banu's daughter out of the chest of some people here? Where are we seeing some of that? Like in River over there. Where are we seeing some of this coming out? Oh, well, no. We just pure bhakti. I mean, I don't want to be offensive. I just want to be intelligent, and logical and reasonable about stuff. Have you ever thought about that? If any of you Gaudiya Samiti, oh, Gurudev, give me mercy. You got a lot of them now and everything, but they're only a teacher on the thing. They're not an acharya. There's only one. Bhakti, Narayan Raj. Nobody after him. See? Here, I mean, there's somebody after Prabhupada, right? And we do the job, right? People, we got something coming out of people's chests, some babies, born again, some bhakti births here. See? So wouldn't this be if well, where are the body? I mean, because if you're a real mature devotee, acharya, spiritual master, and your devotees are going, oh, Gurudev, please deliver me. Well, where's the deliveries? Where's the deliverance? All I see a bunch of rules. There's more rules and nice devotees, nice and cordial and everything, but inside still not really. The cup is inside is not so clean. That's the problem. It's just external nice etiquettes. Oh, Prabhu, but actually inside is, I never liked this guy. Oh, Prabhu, come on, man. Here, at least we get it out. You hate somebody here, you'll just tell them, I just hate you. Kick them out, send them on their way. You get real here, man, and then you get through it. But not this, oh, Prabhu, inside. I wish the guy would leave, man. So Amy says, wait, so it was a crying class, but you can't cry? Very confusing. Oh, not to them. It makes perfect sense to them. Crying school, but no crying. It makes perfect sense. Same thing, pure bhakti.com makes perfect sense to them, but not to me. Where's the pure bhakti? What is it to? And why all this emphasis on heavy rules and regulation? I mean, I don't say, you guys can live your life, but look, you guys are all awakening. I haven't even told you must do this, you must do that. You know, I only, yeah, go ahead. What?
When you talk about pure bhakti, you've got to apologize.
You apologize, yes. You need to apologize for speaking about truth, man. So that's what we got going here. That's how I see it. And I just present my conclusion. People always thought I was crazy, so I get used to it, man. To me, this is intelligence. I stand behind. You gotta stand for something. I stand for my crazy wisdom. I stand up. I've just put that up there. You guys can all look at it and or not. If they see a devotee crying for Krishna, they think it's sentimental or sahaja. Well, that's what the thing is. If you're a sahaja, you got no knowledge because you're a liar and cheater just like everybody else like that. Sahaja to me, you think that, yeah. See, people, they think a sahaja is somebody who cries and laughs when they chant Krishna's name, right? Oh, automatically they're sahaja. But actually,
Sahaja is a cheater.
huh?
It's a
What?
cheater,
Yeah,
Sahaja.
it's cheater. Yeah. They don't know that a sahaja is actually more like what's going on right now. Sahaja is a person who says, I'm guru, I can deliver you and take obeisances, and take worship and all that stuff, but can't do it. You're acting on a see. Sahaja means if I cry, okay, if I crying for Krishna and laughing like a madman, okay, but I'm not really there. I'm just cheating. I'm just because I want name and fame. I want people because they heard and they want respected and they come. Okay, see, but that's sahaja. I'm not really on that platform. It's a lie. It's cheat. See, I'm doing put chili in my eyes, whatever I do to do that. Okay, get drunk. There was one so-called Rasi. He would get drunk and then give class, and because he would, it appears, So and people not smart enough to understand that, and he had thousands of followers, and it was just under the influence of wine. He just drink wine. See, that's cheating. Right? So it's the same thing. If you go, oh, I'm Guru Dev, look at me, I've been, and you got all these, oh, Guru Dev, yeah, all your fans, oh, Guru Dev, so great. Yeah. Have you been delivered yet? No, we just put on the show. It's just a show. See, that's sahaja. You're not really guru. You're not really a spiritual master that can deliver your disciples like the book teaches. Chaitanya Charitamrita on the spiritual master. You're not like that. You don't have that quality. See? So you're sahaja. Prabhupada even said all of his, 1958, his Vyasa Puja or something, to his guru, he says, oh my God, all of your temples are manned by sahajas. They're headed, they're not real acharyas. They didn't have the qualification, and they go and take over Bhakti Siddhanta's temples. That they're the current acharya, and he said, no, they're sahajas. See? That same thing going on. If you're in ISKCON and you're not a real acharya, and you're never, oh, Gurudev, deliver me, and you're not in the real line yet. You're really not. You're sahaja. You're a liar. You're a cheater. On that, I don't care how sincere you may think you are. Doesn't matter. You're not in real knowledge. You're not up to the real standard. I mean, if I was in ISKCON, I say, okay, I'm with Prabhupada's temple and all that. Okay, I would be preaching about Prabhupada. See, because he's the founder acharya, right? And I'm not up to that I shouldn't be taking obeisances in worship or anything because I'm not really self-realized. What is this? Isn't that idolatry? You worship something that's material as spiritual, isn't it? Am I thinking wrong or is this right? Isn't idolatry you worship something that doesn't have spiritual potency? Is Prabhupada spiritual? I think so. I know so, man. Yeah, I feel it. It comes in my chest. I know Jesus is spiritual. But I had a guru like in ISKCON, and it wasn't spiritual at all. It was like he was a block. I literally felt he was blocking my way from Prabhupada just for me being inconclusive by accepting him being in the way. I felt blocked from Prabhupada. And I told the story. That's what blocked me from Prabhupada. And I remember when I finally left because I lost connection with Prabhupada, Krishna, and everything because of being around people that were in a fence like that. I finally, after 5 years, that was for me dedication. 12 hours a day, I was working for them and everything because I wanted to be with Prabhupada and Krishna. But after that, I started to lose faith because I was being blocked from this. And I left. I finally said, listen, I got to get out of here. I feel I lost my faith. It's Prabhupada really, I don't feel it anymore. That's because I had this guru. I took initiation. He blocked my way. I mean, I was always looking for the spiritual potency. I had it in the beginning. See, that was a big lesson for me. I'm just telling you truthful, not trying to be offensive or anything. Truth is truth. Experience is experience. And I left, and then I got into business and made money and just got in the world and and then I had a reawakening when I took a break for a couple of months and went to a hot springs. And then I got Prabhupada's book again, and boom, just like the first time I met him in the book. See, no blocks. I just didn't even care, didn't even thinking about that guru. The connection again. See, I'm telling you, this is the teaching I got. People, if you want spirituality, it's got to be like this. You got to distinguish what is spiritual and what isn't. Okay, I had no block now because he wasn't even thinking about the Tamal Krishna guru that I took initiation. Didn't even matter my. But I had Prabhupada's book and back again connected. Just like in the very beginning, as soon as I got Prabhupada's book connected, and as soon as they said take initiation, disconnect. See, inconclusive. That's the problem. I was naturally conclusive because nothing is in the way. And they even said, "Oh yeah, you're juicy now, and you have this great. Oh, just wait. After a while, then it's going to go." And it did. For everybody, it usually goes. Inconclusiveness does it, man. You're not in line. See? Okay, so I get Prabhupada's book, get back in, man. I knew I'm a servant of Prabhupada. I felt it, man, from my heart. And I just gave up my business, everything, and I just went all in on serving Prabhupada. And I loved it, man. I was into it and everything. And then I stopped at one temple, where my godbrother was temple president now. And I said, "Hey, man, I'm back in with Krishna and Prabhupada now. It's so great. I feel so happy again. Oh, I've been missing this and everything." And he looked so morose. And he looked at me in this morose way. See, he couldn't get over the moroseness. And he goes, in the morose thing, he says, he wasn't happy about me being happy at all. And he said, "Don't you think, like this, don't you think you should reestablish your relationship with your real guru?" And I started to get doubt again. Oh, I don't know. See, I was a little naive still, learning gradually. Oh, maybe I should. See, I got lost faith in what I'm learning. Maybe I should. And I lost the bliss. Disappeared like in seconds.
Apologize.
Yeah. lost the bliss, and went in fear, started to feel fear and anxiety, and I felt the modes of nature starting to impinge on me again. But this time, I caught it. See, once burned, twice shy. I realized, there's something not right here, man. No, 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 no. I'm not going to put this in the way. I'm very happy and blissed out of my mind and ecstatic and totally into devotional service and feel Prabhupada's presence. And now I'm going to give that up again? No way. I said, hey, man, bye bye. Paid my obeisances, got my motorhome, turned the key with full faith, and boom, the bliss was back, man. So I knew it was right. People could say whatever they want. I have my own experience. That's why I'm here. That's why you're here. See, I got back on the beam. Okay. But, a lot of people, they still don't know what is spiritual. I knew from the very beginning, but wasn't, it takes a while to get clear, because we're in this, it's like being in a cesspool and you got some pure thing you run into sometime, and then you got all this garbage around it. That's what is moving in this garbage. So you got to get really clear on what is transcendental. Okay? So after years, and then, and ecstatically worshiping like that, getting more and more clear, then this all started to happen. Prabhupada came, Krishna came. Yeah, okay, now you're on the beam, stay there. I fell off a few more times because I'm still trying to make a few distinctions there, but by and by, we got some clarity here. See? So anyway, the devotees need that. How are they going to make it through that? They got to see that this is real, man. This is clear. This is logical. This ain't offense. We're not here, using, oh, Prabhu, you're offensive for telling the truth. You should apologize. And all you're an illusion, man. we're the ones here now. See, like that guy in the Matrix. He found the game of the Matrix, of Maya. And Maya's always saying, you got no bullets in your gun. And then he said, no, you got no bullets in your gun. I say the same thing, man. You say, oh, you should apologize. You're just full of baloney, man. I don't believe you. You should go establish your relationship with Tamal Krishna again. I don't believe that. It ain't real. No, I already know. He's a block in the way, and you guys have a problem with it. Hey, I take people here. They come from their gurus, they're their previous gurus, because their gurus are mundane. What is that? They'll take, you can come out of that. There's nothing wrong with that. Bhagavatam says, great. Look at Bali Maharaj. He had a guru who was mystical, powerful in the materially. There's a few people like that. Yeah, mystically powerful and all that. And could raise dead bodies, but not spiritual body. Couldn't raise a spiritual body, could raise dead bodies. Big deal. And he said, oh, well, you're opposed to what's really real and pure. The Vamanadev is a representative of the transcendental world here now. So I'm taking shelter here. Oh, no, you can't do that. I don't believe in you. You guys will come to that point here. You'll say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't believe in your preaching. I believe in the preaching of a transcendentally situated person. See, that's how you get this ecstasy, when the Lord sees that you're clear. That you're solid and you're not going to be deviated too much. Sometimes, it's part of the learning experience. Oh, you guys are lovely on that screen. All of you, Bhakti Birds. Where are you? You said you were going to come. They think you are crazy, yet you make perfect sense. Many of these regulations you speak of that are practiced make no sense at all to me. I can't understand how those regulations would bring you closer to God. It seems absurd. Well, that's for materialistic persons. That's all they got to hold on to. You know why? Because they don't believe this. This is the problem. How do you keep people somewhat engaged to do pilgrimages, to at least have a, look to God a little bit. How do you get them? Because they won't take shelter here. You start there, just like Moses, right? Jesus told um, the Pharisees, when the Pharisees said, "Why are you preaching different and all that?" Because Moses said to stone people and do all that. And Jesus said, "Yeah, he preached like this, the rules, regulations, mandates, just like a dictator, right? They do now, rules, right? They want to be your father, right? It's Prabhupada was like the fatherly, like your father. See? Because of the hardness of your hearts. It's so hard you can't accept the association of the softness of Krishna's heart and the joy and the freedom of that. The laughter and the crying and all that, because your hearts are so hard. It's still hard, and many Vaishnavas right there not interested. They want you to apologize for crying and like Krishna cries and laughing like Krishna laughs and showing that in the world. You should apologize. Sorry. Because they're going to have apologized. That matter of fact, that's exactly what happened with Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya, at first they did the same thing they did to you there, Lalita. Same thing. Oh, who is this? What is he doing? This ain't the right thing. He should just chant Hare Krishna dry like us. Why is he crying? Why are they laughing? Let's throw Srivasa's Kirtan house into the Ganga, man. Oh, they were mean. Railroaded Lord Chaitanya. That's why he took sannyas, to save them. But anyway, he goes and he does his thing like us, and people start to come, thousands. And then everybody started to, as there's purification from all this. They realize something. Look at this. This Lord Chaitanya must be the real deal. Look at all these people. They're believing it. See, you have witnesses now in South India. A lot of witnesses. And so anyway, the Lord was giving it was over in Puri, I think it was. No, maybe Navadvip or somewhere. And the people, they felt, wow, we treated him so badly, and and then they went to apologize. Says right there in Chaitanya Bhatt. They crossed the river, in any way they could. Sometimes they had different ways to cross, because it was a Ganges, kind of hard to cross, big strong current. But they were just trying to cry, we got to go over and apologize to the Lord and never get that mercy. That's why it'll be here. You'll see. Why? Because this is truth, man. This is more truth than anything I've seen. This is real. There's other stuff I'm convinced, I had enough experience in that to say, no, that ain't real. That ain't potent. This is powerful. Yeah. We get some Putanas to drop their load into this river current. You notice? They drop into this river here. River of nectar and bliss. Right, Tom?
Hare Krishna. I have a question, but I still don't know how to put it in words. It's about, can I try?
Try it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So you met that man, and he said, why don't you go back to your old guru? And then you left the scene. And I also asked myself, what happened if you stayed in and evolved from there? If you stayed into that environment of ISKCON, that institution, and try to work from inside.
I'll tell you exactly what would happen. I would be spiritually dead. It would have been the stupidest thing. I would have been like, boy, you were just back into there. You'd be dead. I'd be spiritually dead and blocked. See, I caught it. I caught it before I had to go through the experience again. I already went through the experience. Why would I want to do that again? See, so I went on outside. It's just like when Krishna was born, right? He was born in Mathura, and Mathura was overtaken by Kamsa. Kamsa was in charge now. It was not a favorable environment for him to grow spiritually. So he was taken to Vrindavan, set apart, see, from being intensely under. ISKCON is like that. It's got the Kamsas. The Kamsas are these motivated gurus. I can't say that, they're all like that, but, it's got that Kamsa energy. It's, it's religion, man. It's just religion. See? So anyway, it's not a favorable environment. I did better off being on the outside. See? Just like, I can then create the Vrindavan. I was just hearing and chanting and ecstasy and getting stronger spiritually in spirit by taste. I had the qualification from the very beginning, but the religion just gets the spirit. You read Bhakti Siddhanta's discourse about religion, and that's exactly what ISKCON does. They can't help it. It's just religion. It's a start. They got to move to this thing. Otherwise, it'll take your spirit out of you. That's what religion does. That's why Krishna says, at a certain point, you have to abandon all varieties of religion. Well, I did that already. And now I'm helping others do that. Because without this association, you can't come out of it. You need the strength. This is like where Krishna went to Vrindavan, where his strong devotees are. See, he's just a baby. And by relishing these transcendental relationships, he got bigger and stronger spiritually. This is a spiritual story about how Krishna in us gets through all of this. We got to be taken to Vrindavan. This is the new Vrindavan. This is where your bhakti is nourished and nourished and nurtured. It's not nurtured out there. You know that if anybody's been around there. Go and cry and laugh like you're doing here in the ISKCON temple and see what they do. You'll be out on your ear. Yeah, here we see that there's a reason. This taste, it dissolves all obstacles and everything, and your bhakti gets stronger and stronger and stronger. We provide a place for this tree of devotion in us to grow more and more and more. They care about renting temples for big bucks. Yeah, I mean, it's just religion, it's not surprising, but we're here for those who are ready to come out of religion. Because this is a place to move on. This is a place where you're going to feel Krishna. Anybody interested out there and you want to feel Krishna at the level of ecstasy and rapture and this way of worship? If you do, well, that's what we're about here. If not, go and do your rules forever. I don't know. It's up to you. Free choice. This is not attractive to devotees. It still isn't. As you say, they're in illusions, thinking that this is a bad thing or something. Well, hey, man, what are you going to do? That's why the rules are there. That's why religion is there. So stay in that for a few lifetimes, and then maybe you'll change your mind. You'll repent and want to come to a savior. The real guru is a savior. They save you from this, from religion even. There's putanas in religions. There's speculation. The Trinavarta demon. And so many demoniac. It's religion. What do you do? It's not surprising. Nothing offensive. I'm not offensive to ISKCON. It's just religion. What are you going to do? You have the symptoms of religion. Just like Lord Chaitanya, he went South India and he saw Tattavadi Vaishnavas. They're Vaishnavas. They have temples like ISKCON. And he's analyzing. He's looking at their symptoms. See symptoms. I see symptoms. I don't look at just that. Blah, blah, blah. We're so great. We're Prabhupada disciples. Oh, yeah, well, let's see. He's analyzing. He says, well, actually, what is the goal of life? What they say, Varnashram Dharma. Well, Prabhupada taught Varna, we should be doing that. That is the goal of life. I'm here to teach about the glories of Varnashram Dharma. Oh, really? He said, actually, Lord Chaitanya said, actually, that ain't the goal of life. Spontaneous devotional service is the goal of life. Are we teaching that? Are we glorifying that? Are we showing that? You're not showing that. And you're teaching that Varnashram Dharma is the greatest thing in liberation. You know, you just want to be liberated. That ain't the highest goal of life. Pure devotional service, relishing the name, tasting the name in ecstasy, the name, the fame, the past, and qualities of Krishna. That is the highest goal of life. See? So he humbled them in that way. Just like we use the same preaching because the Lord used it. Why shouldn't we? I see the same symptoms. Oh, look at this. Oh, and he said, the only thing I see that's good in your sampradaya is that you have faith in the name of Krishna. That was it. And I say the same. The only thing I see that's really good in your sampradaya of ISKCON and others also is that you have faith in the name of Krishna. See? But you don't have faith in the name of Radha, even though you say you do. You don't. You don't. We're here to test that, man. If you have faith in the name of Radha, Radha's name is devotion. And an expression of devotion is proof that you have faith in it and you don't have faith in it. Right? They tell you to apologize for showing Krishna's consort, which you must have. Her name comes first. You notice? Hare is her name. Then Krishna, because without devotion, you're not going to ever realize Krishna. Just have the name Krishna, Krishna, dry chanting. So it'll be dry 1 lakh. I've seen those. When I got off the beam, also I started to chant 1 dry lakh, and it was great in the sense people were respecting. Oh, you chant a lakh, yeah. You swell up. I try to get some. I said, well, it's not like the rasa. I used to taste this. Like, wow, I chanted a lakh. It's a taste. It's one of the various tastes in this Maya. It's all to do with the material body or subtle body. Pride. Wow, I chant a lakh, man. I can do it. One of my ex-disciples left here, and I contacted him just say some months ago. I said, how you doing? He said, I can chant a lakh now. I said, oh, he's living on that juice. He can see the pride of, I can chant a lakh now. I'm better than you even. You don't chant a lakh, do you? No, I don't chant a lakh. No, not interested. But he can see he's better than Guru now. He always felt like that anyway. That's why he went to these sanghas. See, a lot of people don't know what being better than your guru is. When you change Prabhupada's books, you're thinking you're better than Guru. That's what it is. See, when you teach something different than Prabhupada, it's because you think you're better than Guru. I don't care what you say. Oh, I know Prabhupada. But it's hypocrisy, what it is. Oh, Prabhupada, I love you so much here. But I'm going to have a checklist on what is Guru. Forget about your book there. Oh, really? What do you think Prabhupada's saying? This is what Jesus was saying. Many will cry, Lord, Lord, and won't be saved. See? Many of these Prabhupada, you see, we made so many followers. And Prabhupada will say, oh, for who? Oh, for you. Oh, really? Well, why didn't you preach what I preach? Why do you create all these different things? Isn't that right there, Balaram? Why are you creating all these different things? But we did it for you. Oh, I think you did it for yourself, and you're just not honest enough. There's people, to be honest, you come here, you got to become honest, man, because this light, man, this conclusive truth is like a laser. That's why people leave. They just like, They can't handle it. They want to go out and they don't want to see this light that they actually want to be a big teacher. They actually feel themselves smarter than the guru here. They just then they go out and then they act it out. Eventually they'll see. It's all part. But anyway, anybody who comes here is fortunate. Forever, how long, amen. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, I feel we got drilled and programmed to do it by force in the way of goodness. Yes, you should go inside and then help them, but it's programmed drilled to solve the problems in the mode of goodness, and that is still it's still very powerful to do it because we are drilled, we are programmed to do it that way, to solve the problems that way in the mode of goodness.
Mm-hmm.
So I I just want to say that this attraction to do it in the old way can be very stubborn, very forceful. We are drilled, we are programmed to do it that way.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you coming in here is getting to the of solving the problems by taste. As soon as you taste this name of Krishna and ecstasy, the white lotus, just like Shashastika says, the white lotus of good fortune takes over. And all you do is good fortune, just generating gold all the time. Yeah, see, that solves all problems in that way. See, is this taste. And then that's the way the Lord came to show everybody how to solve the problems is to taste this mantra. He gave people the potency, just like we do on a smaller scale. Give people the potency, get them to hear long enough to where the potency, they get purified and the potency awakens in their heart. See, the taste, real strong taste. And you just taste your way back to Godhead. That's the path of prema. Prema is this attraction. That's Bhakti Lata Bish. Yeah. Then it becomes easier and easier and easier and easier until it's more natural. Just naturally you open your mouth, you're serving Radha and Krishna in a natural thing. It's very subtle too. You just got to keep, and Krishna keeps teaching us. Radha keeps teaching us. We're, being students here and showing us these amazing things. It's very subtle. It's, but we have that. Remember, like that prayer of Krishna Kanamrita book by Bival Mangal Thakur. He said, all glories to my Shiksha Guru, the Supreme Personality of Godhead who wears a peacock feather. See, you get to that point. Then the Lord, Radha and Krishna teach you all these amazing things from within. It imparts to you. And then, also you have the scriptures, you have the name, the devotional service. It's effective and it's natural. It's your nature, you see, and then that's how you teach the world by, you're naturally engaged now in devotional service more and more and more and help people come on board. Who wants to be delivered, man? This is deliverance. Yeah. It becomes like, people in their nature in the world. Oh yeah, they just love to do this and do business and make money or whatever they prescribe duties, right? Natural. Yeah. Could you imagine being natural, ecstatically chanting the holy name naturally? Just like, oh, this is what I like to do. Study the scriptures and talk about Krishna, talk about the scriptures and all that. See, that's real guru. And you help people make the transition into that. You notice people making transition into that here? We do the work. We're empowered to do the work. It works here. See, people making that natural transition, and they oh wow, it's nice to do in pure devotional service. It's nice to talk about Krishna. It's nice to chant these verses in the name. It's nice to go on Sankirtan and sing for God's, this, like that. Natural becomes natural. Natural love for the Lord. See, instead of natural love for the Lord in the form of the world, it's also natural love, natural man. So we're here to show. Yeah, go ahead there.
Guru Maharaj, are you okay to have a question that's different from what you talked about?
Absolutely. Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yesterday, I was talking with one devotee, and we read Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, Text 1, which was Brahma. Was it Brahma? Yeah. I think Brahma was glorifying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I think it was like his breath.
Mm-hmm.
And in that first text, there was a lot of information about the form of God and his dress, his color, blue skin, his mouth, his eating food, blah, blah, blah. So this devotee, and it's for me very fundamental to me. So I would like, if you want to answer it, nice, clear answer to correct me, or I can correct them. Or whatever. Okay. We have this fight constantly. Get the cover off. Thank you. Right. So fundamentally, me and Lalise are experiencing this big issue with a big problem, actually. And in that text yesterday, I just called her. I said, what about this day? Because we were having this discussion. And it fundamentally is this. Okay. Does Krishna have his personal form or not? So Lalita thinks no, Krishna doesn't have a form.
Of course he has his personal form, but I see it differently than you.
Okay, explain.
I see a transcendental form.
Okay. You explain this transcendental form.
Guru knows what I
No, explain to everybody.
I see.
No, you explain what you mean first. I want to hear what you
mean. The
mean.
form of Krishna is Satchitananda. That for me is form.
See,
okay, what do you say?
Yeah, when we read all the pastimes, basically almost every single line and word almost that we're hearing and reading about, especially in this Sangha, it is just naturally establishing that Krishna has a form. You know, he's got his two eyes and nose and mouth, and of course it's all spiritual, and in the spiritual, and he's having all these pastimes and exchanges. But when I talk with Lalita, she says, no, that doesn't mean his two eyes. It doesn't mean his face. These are not to be taken literally or directly. They mean something else. So he doesn't have a form. He doesn't have a face.
For you, it's not a form. For me, it's a form.
Yeah, okay, you explain the form you mean. That's the issue. You explain your form. What do you mean by form? Does Krishna have a face?
Yeah, but seeing Krishna's face is seeing the depth of Krishna, knowing him. When he shows his face, he shows me the secrets that he hid it from me before. But you see it.
Yeah. I see the problem. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. See, everything in Krishna's pastimes is like two things. One is it actually happened. Like when Lord Chaitanya was here, he's Radha and Krishna combined in one form. So you would see a body, a beautiful one too, beautiful eyes, beautiful face, and everything. Transcendental also. See? Transcendental. It also has an internal esoteric representation, the face of Krishna. That's why it's poetically, we break that down. That's why I show, a lot of times I'm reading these things about Krishna or it's like the visual that Radha was born out of Vishnu Banu's chest. Okay, you have the visual, it's a body, right? And coming out of the chest, actually kind of like, really? How's that? It's kind of like, just a body coming out. But that represents also an internal principle. Comes out of the chest is the birth of devotion. Comes from the chest, born of the chest. Mm-hmm. See, so even though Krishna was here, Jesus was here, that what they said and what they did and what they actually are also is an internal representation that's very subtle. It's conclusive. The face of God, you notice the face of the Lord is up here, right? The true face of the Lord is conclusive understanding. Yeah. See, so because the brain is up here. See, conclusion, understanding. You see, and see the face of what is the face of devotion? The faces of devotions here. See, it's in the chest, right? So there's a chest, but there's also this devotion. It's subtle. So that's the esoteric sides. And so these great poets like Rupa Goswami, they take all these things, and they put the pastimes. See, Radha is rushing to meet Krishna, right? Well, I experience that every day. I feel that when I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I feel Radha is rushing up to meet with Krishna's name. I'm chanting the name, and it's like she's rushing up, literally. Like I even feel like hair standing up now, my back. Radha is rushing up to meet Krishna.
Yeah.
And so that's the esoteric. So then Rupa Goswami takes that also and writes a pastime about it, which actually, when Radha and Krishna was there, they would rush to meet each other. See, physically, they were there, they rushed to meet each other. But internally, even though this was done 5,000 years ago, the devotees feel that going on in their body. This becomes Vrindavan. That's why it says there are two dhams. One is the place and the other is the devotee, because the devotee is these pastimes are going on in their body. That's the house of Krishna and Radha. Is that, well, this is, you surrender to Radha and Krishna, they live in your house. That's just a fact. You wanna go to Vrindavan, the best place is the devotee where Radha and Krishna are living. You can see symptoms of that here. But people, they're so dumbed down, like the world dumbs them down. Well, religion also dumbs you down too.
Okay, so if I was to just say the esoteric meaning, and people read stuff and then can say, well, actually this means that and this means that. So many can give so many variations of that. Fine. But in substance, in total, fundamentally, in Vrindavan, Krishna has his body and he has his mother Yashoda, who's breastfeeding him, and they're walking around and they're arranging to meet. All this stuff is going on personally in a personal form or not?
Yeah.
Lalita says no, and I say, of course, yes.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, both is going on. See, internally, it's like when Krishna left. Okay, Krishna's doing that all physically when he was here. Okay, he's doing that.
No, there, in the spiritual world. What is the situation? He has his body?
Same thing. Oh, yeah,
Right?
you have spiritual body. Yeah. But again, you don't see, we're looking here, we're looking in this world, right? We have eyes, we can decode these things with the senses. Well, they have spiritual senses there. That's why it's something else. It's even Lord Chaitanya is beyond our ability to understand, because of the way we're wired up here. So it's in the unsaid. There's other perception there, because we don't have a body, material body there. See, we're doing all this, we're engaging in pure devotional service, and the Lord is accepting that in this physical body. See, but there's some other way that they're doing it there. We have spiritual senses, just like they're activated here, and you start to perceive that activation. Even though we got the material body, it's all going on in here. But that's great mercy for the world. Otherwise, they would never see this. How are they going to experience this vibration unless there's a temple here? That's the whole idea of temples, is to bring what's actually outside of this universe here. See? And so a lot of people only see its external representation and not the internal representation. See, we're fortunate because the internal esoteric representation is being activated in us. See, so that we can express it here. Okay? But in the spiritual world, we don't have material bodies. It's a different kind of perception there. See, and we're actually getting that here and seeing more of that because our spiritual body is being activated. We can't see the full extent of that because the Lord showed me how powerful it could be to feel his presence. My body was literally burning up after 3 weeks of just getting a glimpse of the Lord being so close. It's because our bodies are not built to withstand the full intensity of his spiritual form. What does it say? He is brighter than 1,000,000 suns. Can you imagine your body being exposed to something? So the Lord has that's part of his miracles, is how he works with our abilities to perceive him. to the extent we can. Same thing, our ecstasies go to a certain extent, and it's described in Chaitanya, like a fishing hook. Let's go. You hook onto Krishna for a while and intensely, and then let's go. Needs to, have to, have to recover. It's very intense. Especially when you get real bhakti for the first time. One of my students once, he got just a little bit, and it was so, I got it for like 1/10 of a second. It's like, oh, I'm exhausted. It takes a while to, build up. It's like working out, because the body the temple is changing and has to withhold a very powerful force. Yeah, so I don't know. This is how to explain it. That's the best I can do. Is it happened physically because he had a body.
Yeah, but I mean, not for me. It's very, very simple. I mean, Krishna's pastimes here or not here, irrelevant. Let's just say for now.
Yeah.
In the spiritual realm, all the pastimes we read about, they're actually personal. I mean, Krishna's playing with Radharani and what's her name? Chandravali's trying to get Krishna, and what's her name? Mother Yashoda.
It's the same.
All this, they're personal bodies, and any spiritual body there can see a spiritual body just normally. Krishna's not covered with millions of suns there. Here, we may perceive it if we see him, but there, the energy is worked that I just see Krishna as normal little boy, and we deal with each other in a very private way. But Lolita seemed to think and say that no, these things don't exist. They're just for childish people who have to see form or blah blah blah.
No, actually, Brihad Bhagavatamrita talks about this. When Gopakumara attained spiritual Vrindavan, everything, he couldn't even distinguish it from this one here because it was so much the same.
Yeah. What did we read yesterday?
Still, he was in his spiritual body here. See, he's in his spiritual body here. He's relating to Krishna here, like he did in spirit, because that's why Jesus said, "What you bind on earth, you bind in spirit." So when you activate the spiritual body and develop it, then you'll relate to it, just like you do here. Just like, okay, when I read the pastime myself, this is my experience. I'm chanting the name or the verses and everything. I'm tasting the nectar in the verse. I'm not seeing it.
No.
I'm not seeing it like Krishna disappeared and all, and I'm seeing like the actual, Krishna in his form and all that. But
we will come to that, right? We will come to that when we're fully, let's say, reawakened our spiritual body. We'll come to actually see.
You could see. I had visions before. I've had, where the third eye opens and you can see it. That's part of it. But the main thing is to be able to taste the verses, because that's how it's here. It's presented to taste it. And that taste is how we develop our spiritual body here in chanting. The devotees 550 years ago, they were chanting the verses, chanting the name. They're not just seeing Krishna everywhere. Lord Chaitanya sounds like he did, because he would have these actual visions of Krishna and all that. But, he's also God. And sometimes the devotees will, like Rupa Goswami, they would actually see things. Gifts are gifts. Not everybody has the same gift. Actually, my second disciple had a vision like that. We were chanting together, sitting down, and then she got this intoxicated look on her face, and she looked like, and then she was bilocated. She says, "God, who is this gorgeous person? He's sitting in a tree, and he's talking to me." She was seeing this, obviously spiritually. And he's talking to me, and this beautiful flowers everywhere, beautiful forest. She didn't have any contact with it. She was I just met her just recently. But the Lord gave her a darshan, literally that kind of darshan. And he's speaking to me. His voice is so deep and it's resounding everywhere. It's unbelievable. She's describing all these things. Had no understanding of it before, really.
Sorry.
Yeah. So she was seeing something. She was seeing it. And, but not in, see, you have to have your spiritual senses activated, but not everybody will.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, of course, I'm not seeing anything. I'm hardly
Yeah.
feeling anything.
Yeah.
I wasn't really talking about from the perspective of here, this level, in the spiritual world, They'll see, yesterday we read how Nanda Maharaj, Krishna went and saved Nanda Maharaj from Varuna. And he brought him back to Vrindavan, and everyone was thinking, as Nanda Maharaj told the story to the inhabitants of Vrindavan, everyone was thinking, oh my God, how come this Krishna had such overriding rule over Varuna? So he must be God. So they were convinced at that time Krishna is God. So they said, Krishna, you're the Supreme Personality of God. Take us to your abode. They wanted to see the spiritual abode.
Yeah.
So Krishna took them there by his mystic power. And then they were so amazed that they saw, the inhabitants of Vrindavan saw Vrindavan, the other Vrindavan, and they were like, hey, Krishna's there, the same Krishna we have here, he's there also, his little boy, blah, blah, blah. So that verse just showed nicely how what they were experiencing here in the physical world in this Vrindavan was exactly the same there. So it's like personality, personal forms. It was just establishing that I saw. The interactions were the same. And this is fundamentally, me and Lalita always clash on this, and we have this problem. And she says, I can't talk to you about Krishna. And I say, yeah, Krishna the person. And she's like,
Of course,
no,
Krishna
not
is
the
a person,
person,
but I see
something
that
else.
different. He's a personality, otherwise I wouldn't have this contact with him.
Just logically, though, there's a different. The difference is the Lord came here in a physical form. Same thing, because otherwise we would not have any ability to understand the spiritual world. But he comes in a spiritual potency. So just like even
right. We do understand each other, right? That physical form that you just said, physical, it's spiritual.
It's
Never in
spirit,
a physical form, never.
but it's still physical, and that's what bewilders people here that are atheists. They see the form, but they don't accept it. Just like now, they see the form of Krishna in our worship here, and Radha even. Radha and Krishna are here, but they don't accept it. See, so the main thing is, instead of splitting hairs about the way it is and all that, the main thing here is to become attracted to the spiritual form of Krishna, which is done by the mantra, by chanting and hearing and remembering. It awakens this devotion. Then you're qualified for all this. Otherwise, it's just intellectual, and it doesn't, you got no devotion awakened here. And then it's an intellectual thing. Yeah. Better to just
say intellectual or splitting hairs. Does God have form, personality, or not? Basically, it's come right down to that.
He does. Well, this is the form. The form is Satchidananda. The form is the name. That's his. Okay. The main thing.
That's another form.
No. Okay. Well, the main thing is get attracted to the forms that are given to us. He's given his name. He's left his name here. If you come here and you chant Hare Krishna and you develop this ecstatic love, okay, boom, you got the qualification to go to Vrindavan. Otherwise, not. That's why I'm just saying. It's like, okay, how it works exactly and all that. It's just it's like people they're still debating over, did we come from Vrindavan and fell down, or did we fall down from the Tatasta Shakti? And they're arguing over that and arguing. The main thing is get attracted to Krishna, man. Stay in sadhu sangha, hear and chant, remember, and then
that's all thing, man. Form of God, are we Mayavadi? Is it Mayavadi impersonal conception, or is it form of God? Basically, it's so simple.
No, again, you can't. Their spiritual form is spiritual form. Our spiritual form is activated here. That's the main thing, is to activate the spiritual form. And then when you drop the body, then you'll see what you see. You're trying to figure it out with your mind, and you'll never do it. We can't do it. It's beyond our capacity. Lord Chaitanya said, I'm not going to talk about
all over the books. Written all over the books, the conclusions about the form of God. It's not about
even Lord Chaitanya. No, I mean, when you get into like how it's going to show up, you're trying to figure it out with your mind. It's impossible. You can just say there's a spiritual form. It's activated here. We're activating. Just like the spiritual form. Okay, say you're with the gopis and with Vrindavan, and they see Krishna and they become ecstatic. Man, tears are coming. That's the main thing. The washerman saw the form of Krishna and he got angry. He said, "Oh, who man? I'm a servant of Kamsa. I don't want to give you diddly squat." See? So the main thing is to become an ecstatic, loving devotee, here. And then, when you pass from the body, you'll see all you need to see. Just you'll be in your spiritual body. You'll see spiritually. But that for me, it's not opened. It just opened. I saw something once, and then my second disciple saw that amazing vision. That may or may not happen, but all I know is I feel progressive here. I feel devotion is progressively opening more and more. It's getting more and more lovely to worship Krishna. And more, wonderful. That's all I know. And yeah. Freddie, we're
Thank
playing.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're welcome. That's all. Blind Amy, this is for you. Okay, we got all these things going here. Hare Krishna, Bhakti Tam. Okay, let's chant Hare Krishna a little bit. Hare Krishna. You can leave your mics open and chant together.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Guru
Hare
Maharaj,
Rama, Hare Rama,
sorry.
Rama Rama.
Go ahead. What?
Look, see, you just closed, and she says to me, "See, I told you, Satchitananda." Right? She says, Satchitananda. And I always say to her, yeah, you're absolutely correct. Satchitananda, and don't erase or delete the last word, which is vigraha, form. Satchitananda in form. She's saying no.
Yeah, of course, it's a form, but that is
She's
a
saying
form.
the Satchitananda is the actual form, not an
That
actual
is
form.
a form, but you don't see that because you don't have spiritual eyes.
Well, actually, okay, Satchitananda Vigraha, form, okay? Yeah, that's the body. See, Satchitananda, the Sat and the Ananda, and the with Sat, Chit, and Ananda has to be in a Vigraha to be in this world. Otherwise, where is it? You got to see it in this world and come close to it. So these are the Vigrahas for it. Our vessels. Okay?
Not us, forget us, screw us.
Huh?
Not Krishna. Okay, now Krishna, is he in Vigraha in the spiritual world?
Oh yeah, there's some kind
Devotee
of form.
of course.
Yeah, it's a
Devotee form is
yeah.
another
Spiritual
manifestation
form.
of God. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a spiritual. But see, you could say, even though we got material forms, and Krishna had a material form, and Lord Chaitanya had a material form, people saw that form. Not everybody could recognize that. If his form was so like spirit, you may have some idea of spiritual, bright lights coming all over the stuff, and that kind of form. Why did people think he's just a regular person? A lot of people just saw him as a regular person. Of course, he was a little bit extraordinary, right? He was like 7 foot tall, as Lord Chaitanya. I think 7 foot tall, big, tall, broad chest, everything. But still, he looked like a person. Because that form is, even your physical. When the devotee, he's used by Krishna, he says that form is spiritual. He's saying even the physical form is considered spiritual. The physical form of a devotee. That's why, they even use the bones of saints to heal people. They keep them. At least the idea of that, anyway, whether it's true or not, I don't know. Sometimes it could be. So it's still spiritual, even though you see it physical. Just like the deity, it's still spiritual, even though it looks like a stone right there. Yeah, but not everybody can see that. Not everybody can recognize that. The same thing with the name. The name is spiritual, right? It's just a word, right? But it's spiritual because for a devotee, it's spiritual. Yeah. So that's the main thing. Get devotion. That's still, still bottom line. Be able to taste this name and have a happy life and a happy death too. They say, people who die when they worship Christian ecstatic worshipers, they don't die a miserable. Even Prabhupada, he was, they couldn't believe how much his pain had to be or something because of the way he was, but he was translating Bhagavatam already into almost his last breath. Unbelievable, just amazing, the whole thing. Look at Jesus. He was on the cross quoting scriptures
and being forgiveful.
Forgive them. You forgive them, Lord. He was in ecstasy. I know he was. Yeah. Matter of fact, when I hear him on the cross, everybody's and I just feel so ecstatic, thinking about it's called the Passion of Christ, and all that stuff. And here's it's like Haridas. He was being whipped in 27 marketplaces, and the Lord revealed. He barely batted an eye through the whole thing. And then 21 hours of ecstasy, the Lord said, hey, you remember Haridas when you were getting whipped in 27 marketplaces? Yeah, I wanted to come down and just cut their heads off and all that stuff. And you were just so compassionate. It's the Lord compassion coming through him, And you were so compassionate that I couldn't do it. Nullified my chakra, so I had to just put my back over yours. And I took all the hits. Say it protected you in that way. So anyway, that's what Look at River. She's going through a lot of stuff, and the Lord is making it. She's getting through things. Can you imagine to have such pain and such a thing to challenges to deal with? But she's here, and she's still, she looks pretty ecstatic to me. She's hooked to a machine, and getting dialyzed.
She's doing fantastic. I love her. I love her readings.
Yeah, it's great, huh? She's
Don't fry the machine, huh? Don't fry the machine with your power.
She's purifying the machine now.
Yeah. Reverse role.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. You can sing it. Hare Rama.
Form or no form, I just want to chant this name in ecstasy forever. That's all I know.
Yeah, me too. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare disturbs me, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
The noise on the roof doesn't disturb
Hare
you.
Rama Rama Hare Krishna, the sound. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
Rama, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare Rama.
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama 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 Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare.
Hey, you want to read something there, River?
Rama Rama Hare.
Oh, you gotta. Can I come off now?
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Do you want to read or no? Are you coming?
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Probably not. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Okay. You want to read? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Or are you coming off or something? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Yeah. All right. So read
Both.
something.
I want to read and I want to come off.
Yeah.
But I want to read. The machine's all right now, so I can stay on for a bit.
Okay. So go ahead and read
I want to read.
whatever you like.
The machine's all right now, so I can stay on for a bit. You're gonna keep hearing that. You're gonna keep hearing that noise. So maybe somebody else should read.
You want to read, Lalita? A little bit? Read some Chaitanya Bhagavat.
My eye just frozen. Oh no.
Yeah, you.
Echo. Is the echo gone? Ivo.
I will take the book, Guru.
Is he gone? I don't know. There he is. Oh, Echo.
Okay. So I'm reading from I'm reading from chapter 5 still. I'm
Okay.
on page from the Chaitanya Bhagavat, and it is Anchakanda chapter 5, the pastimes of Sri Nityananda, and I'm on actually I'm going to read from the top of the page. I think I did, but it doesn't matter. All glories to my awesome spiritual master, Srila Bhaktivedanta Gora Haridas. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to the previous acharyas. All glories to the 6 Goswamis. All glories to my life and soul, Sri Chaitanya. All glories to Srila Gauri Haridas. It is my life and soul. It is my life and soul. All glories to Nityananda Prabhu. All glories to you for serving the Lord and serving the Lord life after life and showing us that's what we do, life after life. We should always serve the Lord. We always serve the Lord through the bona fide spiritual master. Always. I offer my respectful obeisances to Advaita Acharya. He was so awesome. I offer my respectful obeisances to Gadadhar Pandit. All glories to you. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srivas Pandit. All glories to you. I offer my respectful obeisances to all the Lord's devotees. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my respectful obeisances to the personification of pure devotion, to the topmost devotee, to the one that knows Krishna the deepest, Shrimati Radharani. All glories to your lotus. All glory to you, lotus free, my friend. I offer my respectful obeisances to Shri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All glories to your lotus feet, my Lord of Lords, my King of Kings, my devotee of devotees, my yogi of yogis. All glories to you. And all glories to my family. All glories to all the intimate devotees and devotees. And the Sangha of Srila Bhaktivedanta Gora. Oh, glory to my God, brothers and sisters, and relatives and friends. Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jai Shri Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Oh, glories to all you exalted personalities who are here with me. Jai Shri Gauri. The pastimes of Lord Nityananda. As soon as the Lord heard 608, page 680, as soon as the Lord heard these words, he roared like thunder and said, "What did you say, Shrivas? You may fast due to a lack of food." By some rare chance, even Lakshmi Devi may have to go begging, but your family will undoubtedly never experience poverty. So if we become but your family will undoubtedly never experience poverty. Srivas Pandit, have you already forgotten? Have you already forgotten? I have said in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 22, those who worship me with devotion, meditated, meditating upon me, meditating upon my transcendental form, those devotees who are fixed in undeviating meditation upon me. I need to wipe my eyes. Those who worship me with devotion, meditating upon my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have.
Much Krishna loves this verse. See how important it is.
Those devotees who are fixed in undeviating meditation upon me have never to beg at the doorstep of anyone.
Yeah, this is it, man. You know, this is what the Lord wants to give, is
All the
to
mystic potencies
can anybody hear me?
automatically manifest in them.
Yeah.
Even when the personified four Vedic goals of
Can you hear
Dharma,
me?
Artha,
I
Did
hear
she
you,
hear me?
Kama,
I can hear you.
and I
come
hear
knocking
her.
at their doors,
River.
my servitors.
I don't think she hears you.
That's okay. She can.
My servitors turn down such offers. My devotees are fully protected by my Sudarshan chakra, my Sudarshan disc. At all times, and even at the time of total annihilation of this material universe, they remain completely transcendental. Completely transcendental and unaffected. I'm gonna read this one again, Maharaj. As soon as the Lord heard these words, he roared like thunder and said, What did you say, Srivas Pandit? You may fast due to a lack of food. But by some rare chance, even Lakshmi Devi may have to go begging. But your family will undoubtedly never experience poverty. Srivas Pandit. Srivas Pandit. Have you already forgotten what I have said in the Bhagavad Gita? Chapter 9, verse 22. Those who worship me with devotion, meditating upon my transcendental form. To them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have.
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Those devotees who are fixed in undeviated meditation upon me have never to beg at the doorstep of anyone.
Okay, I'm going to just say something over this because there's really nice things to talk about here. Can you hear me? You're just going to let her talk, but
Karma, moksha,
oops,
my servitors turned
still
down such
coming. Okay,
offers.
well, wait a
My
second. There we go. I forgot what I was going to say anyway. Okay.
and even at the time of total annihilation of this material universe, they remain completely transcendental and unmanifested. And that's what happens when you turn to the Lord and you perform real, sincere devotional service. Like Maharaj always says, he protects his devotees. That's why everybody will be protected when they turn to the Maharaj. Because he is our savior. Making many number ones everywhere. And I ate the cookie and I didn't believe. What was she, Karuna? In the Matrix? What was it? The oracle. I kept eating the cookie because I didn't believe in myself until I was purified. And now I believe that. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, Lolita. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, Japa. I thank you to all the devotees.
We're here to make happy customers.
Can I come up now?
Yeah, go ahead. That's great, man. That's awesome.
Can I come up now?
Yeah, man. You know,
You
and
tell
deep
me if I can
ecstasy.
come up now.
Yeah, you can go off. Go off. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, isn't it nice to
I'm
see
gonna turn the camera
persons
off, Maharaj, and I'm still
relishing?
listening.
Yeah.
Thank
Isn't
you.
it, it's great to see people relishing bhakti. You know, just really. Um, it's just there's nothing like it, man. The realizations you get, the understanding you get, completely transcendental. Come on the same page. You understand Lord Chaitanya, what he's talking about, what God, the blessings. You know, isn't that Lord is so blessed, is so connection and communion with the transcendental Lord is so many. The Lord is trying to show, oh man, it's so great, man. Anything, you know, because you just meditate on me with your chanting and Ras, he wants to bring everybody to tasting the nectar of this name, because all blessings just flow like unbelievable. You become really healed, you know, not just physically, but spiritually. You know, you're not cripple minded anymore. You understand what life is about. You see his Maya, you know, you see what he's doing here. You know, I was watching the Netflix thing, And it's all, you see the Lord working in the Maya. He's predictively programming people, because they believe in Maya, and he said, well, this is your destination, man. You're going to see people fighting in the streets that they watch these, they can't see with discrimination. You can't see as Maya. You're just going to watch these movies and you're going to act. They're just programming you. The blacks are going to be against the whites and the white supremacy. That's what the Lord's Maya does. You're going to create all these problems and everything. And the devotees see it. You get so much mercy by coming into the Lord. He shows you his Maya. He shows you how he's working here. He shows you, and you give the path for people to come out of it. Otherwise, that's where they're going, man. They're going to be, fighting each other and all this stuff and all this illusion. It's like being in hell. These guys, we're actually now, hell is coming up. We don't have to go down to hell. Hell is coming up, and we're here as extraction teams. Okay, anybody want to come out? Or you want to stay in that? Be like civil wars and all kinds of stuff coming up. Yeah, you could see it's all in the movies, all this draconian, it's all predictive programming showing what they want to create. It's the Maya. This is this is why Lord Chaitanya said bhakti is the only option, man, the only thing. What's coming down the pipe is not a very nice thing. Just take big brother and big sister here and come out of the illusion. Otherwise, big brother and the big brothers and sisters out there, they're all here to make you slaves. That's what the Lord's Maya does. Everybody's more or less a slave. Even demigods, more or less a slave of the Maya. Isn't it amazing? This freedom is amazing. You're literally free of the demigods and the demons' influence. They're not your rulers anymore. The demigods and the demons rule the universe. Sometimes the demons are in charge. They win. Didn't Hiranyakashipu? He won the whole sovereignty over the whole universe. Everybody was his slave. And sometimes the demigods, and they become the rulers. But a devotee, their ruler is Vrindavan, Radha and Krishna. Isn't that great? You're free. This is true freedom, my friends. True freedom. In an unfree, not just world, universe. Everybody is under Maya. And see, our Lord is Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. Oh my God. This is why you see, like River, how happy she. See, this all comes by realization of relishing this communion with God. You see everything. You see how amazing your good fortune is. Isn't that an expression of good fortune? Isn't that amazing? What she's realizing in this holy communion, and all Lalita realizes in her holy communions. My God, you all should be envious out there. All you Vaidhi Bhakti, you should be envious of the mercy people coming in the group. That is your only hope. Become really envious of this so that you want it. Of course, these devotees here are so fortunate. The Lord has given himself to them. Look at River, how she was struggling for this. She really wanted this. Just watch what she did, man. And it'll be a lot easier for everybody. Look what Lalita went through for this. They're born again, man. They're yeah, showing us how to distinguish between illusion and truth. Yeah, there is nothing better to know. Yeah, exactly. Eternal spiritual beings, servants of him. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you really feel it too. It's not just a pious thing where you're just following in the book because you don't want to go to hell. Just you're in love of God, not fear of God. Fear, well, I don't know if I eat an onion, man, if God's going to come down with a thunderbolt. You're in the love of God, man. Freedom, true freedom. Yeah, love of Radha and Krishna the Lord wants to give anybody coming, develops faith in our preaching here. You're very fortunate, man, because you're going to get this boon. Everything she read is actually true for the devotees. That's why she was the Lord was showing her that. How fortunate she is. Meditating on the Lord with loving devotion, she's doing that. Right? The Lord was oh yeah, this is all true. And you see that in the lives of real devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. See, but you need to come to the quality of that loving devotion, ecstatic, right? He didn't say, for you Vaidhi Bhaktas out there doing Varnashram Dharma, that I'm going to carry what you lack. No, that's only a teaching because your heart is a little hard and you don't get this yet. You don't get just by actually surrendering to Krishna, which the devotees represent. The devotees, when they would come to the devotees who had the association and the special mercy of Lord Chaitanya, which is here, they would come and pay obeisances to them and not the false acharyas, false spiritual masters. No, they paid obeisances to the intimate associates of Lord Chaitanya to get that mercy, to become like them. And that's how it works. Yeah. And when you do that from your heart and realize, hey, man, that's all I have to do. I don't have to pay obeisances to Maya or be subservient to Maya. Let me be subservient to the Lord's representatives. Let me be subservient and to that ecstatic worship. Let me be subservient to those that understanding that these devotees have, and only they have. It's very rare. That's your boat, man, isn't it? Isn't that a boat, an experienced devotee's revelations, a mature devotee? It's your boat, man. Otherwise, what are you going to be believing in all the knowledge out there of inexperienced person? You think Sadhguru can compare to the information you get here? He's like a little baby compared to that. That's why when you lose faith in that, because it's just a child's play compared to this. And look at all thousands, it's the way it is. See, thousands of people interested in that. Oh, wow, Sadhguru. But that's child's play. Nothing never speaks about devotion because he doesn't have it, doesn't know the glories of it. Well, hey, man, look at River there. She is talking about the glories by her own demonstration. The glories of ecstatic communion with God, that precious jewel that's been given to her. See, that appreciation comes from the heart. Yeah. Isn't that amazing, huh? Sadhgurus. I just mention it just so people can know the truth, so you don't have any faith in that. Why do you have faith in the Lord? It's all part of the Lord's Maya. Even that. That's no different. I told you, it's King Solomon. At the end of his life, after he got all these, he had followers too. He had the Queen of Sheba, just like that guy has thousands of followers. Oh, you think, wow, you think I'm so wise. And at the end of Solomon's life, which is going to be the same as him, same thing, man. All his followers, all his Harley Davidson motorcycles he's got. He's like Osho with a lot of things and big palaces and lots of followers and following and money and all that and fame and all that stuff, man. But he ain't got this jewel, does he? Never speaks about because he doesn't even believe in it. Believes that God has no form. Mayavad. Solomon was like that too. He got the boon of wisdom, like this. And at the end of his life, he says, oh, it's all foolishness. I lived it was futile, the whole thing. All the worshipers and all, they're thinking I'm so smart and everything. And he was unsatisfied in his heart. You think we're going to be unsatisfied? We're not unsatisfied now. Our satisfaction just gets deeper. This is the glories of what we're doing here. Our transcendental satisfaction just goes deeper and deeper. We're going to be chanting Hare Krishna forever. Can you see that what Prabhupada said is our experience here? Many of us will be chanting Hare Krishna forever. It's just those who drop off this tree here. They won't until they rectify that. At least, everybody gets their little experience. That's nice. Great reading, River. Awesome. Are you happy? Have you got the jewel you wanted? Do you want to be like Sadhguru?
No, not at all. I said to you, there's a shake-up happening. It was my shake-up. No, not at all. I said to you, there's a shake-up happening. Sorry. The sound isn't very good on the computer.
Go ahead. It's just I muted my mic so when you speak.
I can hear you now.
Go ahead, say something. You wanted. I hear you too.
I said there was a shake-up. I said to you there was a shake-up in the Sangha. I think it was for me as well. I didn't include myself. And it's been shaking up my everything with my relationships with the devotees in the Sangha. He's been showing me about all the people that have been helping me in the past. And it was actually Krishna. And so I know I have something, because how do I explain it without sounding like a big head? Krishna's been working through me all the time. Kruna as well. Anybody who's around me, Krishna's been working through them as well, who have been around me, and they've been working. How do I explain it? It seems like Krishna's been coming through people who have been devotees, people I've been around, even my mum and dad. There's nobody in my family that's built a temple. They actually built a temple in India, and I told them that my dad's promised me to put your picture there in this temple that they built, and they're going to do that. But right now, they're not able to go because of they're waiting to see what's happening with the thing. There's that, and somebody says that it was that person who came. You won't remember, but you said that I could have this person come round. You said to me, I don't really need it, and I understand that because you was doing it. Really, come round and clear the house. I wanted the house cleared of spirits before you first came. I wanted it cleared, and he said that somebody had put a spell on our family in India, and our whole family is messed up with horrible things happening, and I don't know anybody who's had so many things happen in each of the families. My dad's brothers, mainly, not my mum's sisters as much, but my dad's brothers, and it was like everything Krishna's been telling me, the deeper aspect of what, because I keep saying I want to know this, so he's given me my desire. I want to know why my family's ended up like this, why we have had this. It's all for us to come. It's all happened for me to come here, to be your devotee, because we are all your devotees, Maharaj. People just need to come, and they will be protected from all of that stuff that's going off. That's why people will come, because we are hearing, the Lord has shown me this message even deeper than ever before, that people are going to come because it's so clear, because you just said it yourself. It's so clear. The devotees are just protected, and the Lord Chaitanya is saying it to them. He's showing us that, so people will come. And I did a meditation. I couldn't sleep one time for 5 months. It's just when I came out of the nut house, that ward that they put me on because they thought I was mad. And they put me in the, what's that word, Kruna? I could only go back to my mum and dad's house. Otherwise, I couldn't leave the ward. And there, I couldn't sleep for 5 months. for 5, and I meditated over and over. People coming, real people coming into my life. I just meditated on that, and I didn't sleep at all. And it's all because I know I've always agreed with you that people are coming, because I was already your servitor. I was already your servitor, and that's what I did. I've been kind of doing things that are coming out now. Krishna is telling me, this is why you were doing this. This is why you were doing this, and there's loads more as well. He was telling me, tell Karuna to edit this bit of the video, and this bit of the class, and this bit of the class, and this bit of class. It's a very important bits. And you've been saying that over and over again, you know. If you don't do it quick enough, I'll do it. It might not be to your standard, Maharaj, but it might. But we can do it to the standard that we know. We can do it to the standard that we know. But I know you have this high standard. You know, ours is like baby standard.
Do the best you can. We can always
Yes.
edit.
Yeah, because they're really important parts, 3 parts in the class. You know, with Balaram, with your life story of how you've been. That was amazing, because you know I've been wanting to know more about your life. That was beautiful. And Balaram's questions, you know, his questions that he was saying is a really great thing for all of us to, because I had those questions before.
Yeah, you know, there's people because they can't listen to a whole big long 4-hour thing.
Yeah.
You take these things, that's preaching. I mean, God, I can't get more practical than that. Otherwise, they go and looking at just Prabhupada's they're doing it with Prabhupada stuff. They put all these quotes and this. They go back and do what we're doing, what we should be doing here, and people need to know this upgrade stuff. Otherwise they're bad. Well, Prabhupada said to do this Vaidhi thing, only. I mean, he said wonderful things, be noted, and also, but these things need to be noted. This is the current events, man. This is what Krishna, the will of Krishna now. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to somebody, no, wake up, man. Get out there, take, these videos, they're precious, and just make a short thing. And people could spend 5 minutes, you change their whole friggin' life. So, get off your butts and don't sit in space. My mind is all. Get to work, man, and then your mind will be settled and you'll be focused, and you won't be in trouble, crewing all over the place doing crazy fucking shit. What is the point? Just do the work, man, and get purified. Follow the process by regular classes in Bhagavatam, and then by service to the devotee, all that's troublesome to the heart. Service, serve. Same thing, Tom. Get off your can and focus. And otherwise you'll be spaced out, and then end up leaving. You need practical service too, as well as hearing.
Yes.
And this is important. You kind of help the mission. And you'll feel it, you'll start to feel a bliss. Just from doing it, you wonder, God, I didn't think I could get bliss from working. Well, hey, man, that's why Krishna says it. Work for me, and you'll attain the goal. Yeah. The same thing, people, you're posting all this stuff, get to post my stuff, go over stuff of, what is this? You posting what Prabhupada did 550 years ago, what other people are preaching and all. Get focused, man. Focus on this. Otherwise you'll see. I mean, hear the reports. Oh, in my mind, I'm not going through all this stuff, and you're posting all over the place, different things. Get focused here, man. This is the mission, man. This is the game now. Otherwise, just a Prabhupada over here. Oh, this lady said this, and they're not even interested in what we're doing. You think that's not? I'm telling you, that ain't the way. That's if you wonder why. Well, because you're all over the friggin' place. Get here. When Prabhupada was here 50 years ago, they served Prabhupada. And when they went off to serve the God brothers and all, he said, hey, get here. Here's the mission, man. You're my disciples. Hey, this is Shiksha study. This is what Prabhupada wants now, so people can come onto the spontaneous platform. Otherwise, you're going to die Vaidhi Bhaktas. Come on, help me, help Krishna, help Prabhupada this way. Listen to me, not your own mind, not these other devotees. Listen to me. Because that me is not really, listen to the truth. If you wonder why is Lalita focused? Why is River focused? Because they're into this mission and not all these Prabhupada's old mission over there, the Vaidhi thing.
Yeah.
Prabhupada passed the baton. He gave it to me. Go Haridas. And we're running. We're here to run with that. Yeah. So it goes for all of you guys. Stop being all over the place. You see what happens. Look at these guys that are all over. They go over the Mina stuff and over the ISKCON and all. Where are they, man? They're just they just muddled in their minds. You want to be muddled in your mind? Are you serving the current acharya, man? Isn't he? Don't you think he's a practical person? Doesn't he? You think he wants you to be focused on what he's doing now, not 50 years ago. Well, that's our foundation, but now. See, it's now. Here, be here now, not 50 50 years ago, or all over the place. Well, the ISKCONs, they're all in dream world still. We're out of the dream, man. I'm not dreaming. We're into Krishna's mission. It's clear. Spontaneous devotional service, next installment. Get with the program, man. And I'll tell you, be happier. Otherwise, you're going to be all muddled. You've been playing, I'm emotionally all screwed. I hear it all the time. Those who are like that, they're all over I'm going to ISKCON. I'm going to, I'm posting stuff, and then they go and complain. Why am I all about? That's why. Get with this mission and you'll be solid, man. You want to be solid? You want to be clear? You want to be potent? Well, listen to this message. Focus, like Freddie says, focus. Don't believe in hocus pocus. Yeah, we're in Krishna's dream. Krishna's dreaming to have people spontaneous devotees now. He's not dreaming for them to be regulated. We've already done that. He's like progressive. He gets bored with Vaidhi. That's why he came here. He was bored with seeing all these Vaidhi people worshiping him. Hey, it doesn't satisfy me. I want spontaneous devotion. We're here to fulfill that desire. Anybody on board with that? Raise your hand. Get with this mission. Do what they do, with Radhanath and all his stuff about, be a selfless servant. And they put everybody's reading that and they become selfless servants. Or whatever, or they japa, they all serving there. Come on, man. We need to bring people to this mission. Get out there. Tell your, just open your mouth now, and then you'll feel the juice. You'll feel solid, man. You'll feel like, what do you think the disciples of Jesus, were they on the Pharisee mission? Teaching rules and regulation, were they in the Jesus mission? Well, apply that here. Are you in the rules and regulation mission and the Varnashram Dharma mission? Haven't I given enough classes about that? They don't even know the Bhagavatam when you're in that. They gave, Veda Vyas was unhappy with just teaching Varnashram Dharma. He moved on. What about you guys? Anybody moving on yet? Interested? Are you in our Sangha? Have you moved on? Are you interested to hear the real Bhagavatam? Otherwise, you're not in the real Bhagavatam yet. You're in the Varnashram, that old preaching. Prabhupada, he came to me and says, okay, you're moved on, move others on, get their asses in gear. Get those little doggies going, the little cows, slap them in the ass, move them along.
Is it like getting out of the lukewarm? That's what I feel. Getting out of
That's
the
exactly
lukewarm.
it. Get out of the lukewarm. Get hot for Krishna, man. Passionate. Like me. This is preaching. Yeah, that's why it's controversial. Oh, he's so passionate. Yeah, I don't care, man. I'm all in here. This is the mission. I'm not interested in any other mission. I'm not into Sadhguru's mission. I'm not into Varnashram Dharma mission. I'm here to extract. We're an extraction team, man. I go into Prabhupada's books and extract the devotees, the devotional purport, and at the same time extract the devotees out of this level here, the world. Get them before they have taken all the shots and put the mask and they can't breathe anymore. Get them before they're dead. So anyway, do a little pep talk. Peppy, just call me Peppy. Pepper.
That was the name of my.
Name of what?
That was the name of my previous black cat.
Ah, Pepper. Peppy.
Peppy. You said Peppy before.
Peppy, yeah. Just call me Peppy. Pepper for short. Or Thorny. And when you get tired of this, go listen to Lalita Ganga. She's softy. It's nice and soft. She's good cop, bad cop. We get the job done. Hey man, sandpaper works sometimes. Makes things smooth, doesn't it? Sandpaper. Somebody's got to do the job.
Can I ask you just practical? Yes.
Yeah.
When I go to people and they are in this focus of caring for children, caring for their cat who is pregnant, yes, and I can go to them and talk about Krishna, but it doesn't pierce through. It doesn't penetrate. Yes, so it that's my frustration. There's no contact sometimes. So we were talking about shaking or something, but I don't feel. And
well, anyway, I know what
be
you're talking
empowered
about.
or something.
Well, it's just you got to understand the situation. It's like Prabhupada taught. We're in a battlefield. Okay, there's a war going on. Okay, Maya's war. She's killed a lot of people, or people are like almost dead. They're on the battlefield, right? They're almost dead. So you're a medic here, right? You're going around the battlefield. You're looking. Okay, there's these people. They're just almost like like on the thread of their life practically. They can't they're dying, man. They're just totally attached to their cats, and dogs and children, and they're believing in the money and all this. Is just and so you go to them and then you can't get through. Okay, look, go out, see if there's somebody less dead, somebody more open, and go to them, because you only have so much time, so much energy, so much, so there are a lot of people you just can't get. So you go, you leave them the name, they hear the name, move on. So you don't stick with those people that they can't get it. They have taken as much as they can, and then that's work for somebody else. See, Krishna, we're just these little atoms, man. Krishna is in everything, in everybody, and working at all different levels and everything. Just do your job, do the mission that's given to you. Look for those who are a little more ready for this. And the people in general, you can chant holy name and people hear and all that, and then there'll be a few that come out, and they listen more, or they come more closer, just like here. And we take care of the people here that are coming, and then going out, and then maybe some new people will come. Yeah, just like this, gradually. Yeah. Okay, I think that's enough for now. I'll see you guys later, huh? Yes. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank
Hare
you for
Krishna
coming.
Maharaj, Tom, Lalita, everyone, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, the audience, the audience out there. Until we meet again, I'm already hankering to come back, and I want to sing some songs of devotion and love.